Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, hello Mr. Fadli. My name is Rafli Pujiardiansyah and my student ID is 2024 31 and 15. Today, I want to explain about my practicum report. In my report, I'll do the 12 query for the database that has been sent from Microsoft Teams. Let's get to the first step. In the first step, we have to make the database and the name of the database is eventix_db. For the next step, we have to show all of the table of customer, include name and email with column ID. And we use the left join method for the table customer, and the table is on the left. In here, MariaDB will scan all the data in the customer table one by one. If a customer already has a purchase history in the transaction table, the ID transaction column will display the corresponding ID. However, if there is a new customer who has never made a transaction, the system will still display the customer by setting the transaction column to null. Like this, like in the Ryan Hidayat will null. Okay, for the next step, I have to connect the table event with the table organize with the right join. I have to connect that two table to display the organization with the name event. Okay, in here, the database will display a list of all registered event organizers. If an organization has not yet managed or register any events in the system, the column in the left table will automatically be set to the null. This is very useful for checking which event organizers are inactive or do not yet have any project. Okay, on the next step, I will connect the query with an operator union. Union is like the query from left join and right join, and I have to connect that to simulate the full outer join, which table event and sponsor. Okay, in here, at first, the row above is a left join table will retrieve all events data, including events that have not yet received sponsorship funds. On the number two, the row below, that's a table with the method of right join. Retrieve all sponsor company names, including sponsors that have not yet been assigned to any event. Okay, on the last step, is the union operator. That means combines the result of both queries into a single complete report table and intelligently removes duplicate rows. Okay, on the next step, I will show the column ID event and type of ticket and the price from the table that have expensive price, then average price from the ticket to ID event with dynamic. And in here, we use the method of correlated subquery. For the outer query, then passes the ID event value from that ticket to the inner query. The next step is the inner query. In here, that's a inner query. It will calculate the average price specifically for tickets with that ID event. The system performs a condition check. If the ticket price held by the outer query is higher than the average value just calculated by the inner query, data passes and is inserted into the result table. If it is lower than or equal to the average, the data is discarded. Okay, for the next step, I will make the object for the view, which name is Pireka Penjualan. It will connect the information from customer name, name of event, type of ticket, how much they should buy, and the total price. We'll make sure the data will choose the transaction successful with the clause inner join. I will write the syntax for calling view. In here, the system works by reading the main transaction ticket table in its entirety as the foundation for generating reports. Okay, and then the system performs a chain inner join operation to link the transaction table with three other related table based on ID match. First, it will retrieving the buyer's name from the customer table, and then retrieving the ticket type from the ticket table and identifying the event name from the event table. Once all the data is linked, the system performs strict filtering via the where clause to check the status pay so that only transaction data with a status of completed is included, while failed or pending transaction are immediately eliminated. All of this, all of this filtered, all of these filtered results are then wrapped and stored in virtual table object. The name is vRecap cell. Through this scheme, when a user executes the command select any from vRecap cell, the database no longer needs to process the long and complex join code. Instead, it can instantly display the entire set of clean transaction records on the screen. Okay, for the next step, I will call the name and the date and the amount of the table customer today can register in between 2024 until 2025 with the descending balance from the minimum to highest. Okay, in here, the system begins the process by accessing the customer table to read the data in name, registration date, and balance columns from all available rows. The next step, the system performs strict data filtering using a where clause with the between operator, which automatically validates the registration date column to include only customers who registered between 1 January and 2024 until the 31 December 2025. The system performs a final sort using the order by command based on the wallet column with the descending. Okay, on the next step, we'll group the data with the column category. Okay, in here, the system begins the process by accessing the event table to scan all data in the category, like ID event and budget event columns. Using the group by category instruction, the system breaks down and groups these scattered data rows into several separate groups based on the uniqueness of their text values. Once these groups are formed in memory, the system runs mathematical aggregation function on each group, while the function accumulates the total available budget allocation. Although a brief connection loss occurred during the process, indicated by the message like my SQL server has gone away, ensuring that all calculation results for these groups were successfully displayed in full and neatly on the screen. Okay, on the next step, the system processed this report by reading the main like table transaction ticket and then joining the data via an inner join with the customer table based on the ID customer. Okay, on the next step, in here, the system process this series of data control language or DCL commands by focusing on access rights management and user account security on the database server. Initially, when the create user command triggers an error because the account already accessed in system memory, the database executes the drop user if access command to completely delete the old account before finally re-registering the new user named staff ticketing. Okay, on the next step, in here, the system processes this series of queries using the database transaction control features. Okay, in the first scenario, the system begins the process by executing the start transaction command. It will freeze the current state of the database into a temporary, and then the system runs the update command for ticket quotas and customer balance. Okay, that's for the first scenario. In the second scenario, the system open a new session from using the start transaction to safely reprocess the instruction. In this case, the system preciously executes the update command for ticket quota and customer balance with the where clause so that the modification affects only one row of the VIP ticket quotas for event 1. After the data update is successful, the system continues by executing an insert into command to record a new process history record in the transaction tickets table. Okay, on the next step, the system processes this optimization scheme by focusing on improving data lookup speed in the event table. When the command is create index idx event name on event name is executed, the database actively builds a shadow data structure in the form of a balance tree, specifically for the event name column in memory. Okay, for the last step, to perform full data backup and disaster recovery procedures at the operating system level. In the initial step, the user uses a series of commands to change the terminal's current directory to the to the XMPP and then MySQL and bin directory that reads the backup eventix.sql text file line by line, then re-executes all the DDL and DML syntax within it until all tables and their data are active, tagged, and ready for use in the new database. Okay, maybe that's it for me. Thank you everyone and thank you Mr. Fadli. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.